Hi everybody, this is Chad Wylie from Palmetto State Armory. I'm the CEO. I wanted to address a video that we had that came out with a very good YouTube friend of ours, Garand Thumb. A lot of you are familiar with the video and some of the things he found. We brought the gun back, we wanted to check it. He had some concerns about wear and some things that he found on the rifle. One of the biggest concerns that we had was the firing pin and the pop primer issue. So we brought the gun back, and I want to kind of go over from our perspective what we did and didn't do with the rifle before people make a lot of assumptions. So what we decided to do on this particular rifle, we take every issue seriously. However, with this particular rifle, because of Garand and his following, we wanted to go a little bit deeper and provide some scientific research and information into what was going on with the rifle at the time he had the problems. So based on the reviews and the comments from his review, there were questions about metallurgy, there was a question about hardness, there's all these assumptions that were being made. So we took his rifle apart and we sent the trunnion and a Romanian trunnion to a metallurgist to do a study. And we're providing all this data to him. In the next couple days, he'll receive his rifle back in an email with very specific information that we got from the metallurgist comparing our 4340 aircraft quality steel, which is an actual formula. That's not marketing terms, it's an actual formula. They studied the steel, they studied the hardness, and they compared it to a Romanian. So basically, the Romanian trunnion and our trunnion fell at 42 HRC, which is in spec with what we consider to be a standard, which is the Soviet parts kits. Hardness was not a problem. Their steel is a little different. It's a 5 series versus our 4340 series. However, our 4340 AQ met the recipe for 4340 AQ precisely. It was 99.99% to that standard. So what is that wear pattern? And I've got my rifle who's had, this is probably the most favorite gun I own. Shot in a lot of 3-gun matches, shot 2-gun matches with it, shot the AK Masters with it, finished top 3. It's got a lot of rounds. I don't keep up with round count, I shoot too much. But I wanted to compare the two. I'm showing the same similar wear that you're seeing on the front lug. I'll go through and we'll look at the lugs in depth. What's happened is the bolt, as it rotates out of battery, is coming in contact with 2 90-degree angles, and it made the shiny spot. We put it under a microscope. I've got microscopic pictures taken that I'm sharing with him. There's no metal deforming there, and that area doesn't have anything to do with the headspace. The gun left on a 4, came back on a 4, so the gun was safe. But there is that shiny spot on top of the lug. It's not a source for concern for me. My gun has the same thing, and I've got countless people who's witnessed, me shooting it. It's just a wear pattern based on the way that lug was made. What we are going to do going forward to remedy that, because it does look shiny, it could look different to some people, we're going to put a chamfer there that'll act as a ramp for that bolt when it unlocks. We just got through, I called a bunch of 3-gun buddies up and I said, hey, we're going to go try to break Garand Thumb's rifle today. I got some ammo, do y'all want to shoot? And everybody jumped on board. So we came down and we shot about 2,500 rounds through it. The gun still, I have not cleaned it. We just took it apart and shot the video off to the side. And it's still, the shiny portion of his trunnion has stopped. It's the same as it was when we got it back in, which is very similar to mine, where it wears into a certain space and stops. It doesn't go any further. The hardness of the steel and the hardness of the bolt, they stand up. The biggest concern that we had was the pop primers, and this is where we made some corrective action. We noticed that the firing pin was, the channel for the firing pin was out of spec. It was a little too large. The firing pin was protruding through the firing pin channel a little too aggressively, and it was acting kind of like a cookie cutter at ignition. It was actually cutting a hole in the primer. The primer would then eject, or would blow back into the channel, which was causing broken firing pins, and you'd have channel liner built up inside the bolt. We did correct that. We've changed that in the bolt. We've changed those specifications. We've got that under control now. Don't have any of those issues going forward. So pretty much the gun as is fine. we're going to send it back to him. We're sending 5,000 more rounds. We're going to let him go back through his test and do a response video, and he'll share. I've been messaging him pretty much all day with videos of us doing 3-gunner stuff and having a good time. But he's completely aware of it. He's going to have a follow-up video. We look forward to that. He's going to do a lot other, he's going to do videos on the Dagger. He's going to do videos on a couple of the other PSA guns. We've got a great relationship. He was honest in his review. He found an issue and we worked with him to solve it. So with that, I will note a couple of things. If you are familiar with metal studies, we had to take a part of his batch of trunnions and send that trunnion with the metallurgist so that he could destroy it basically to find the formula. So his trunnion was not destroyed. His trunnion, however, was used for the hardness test. A trunnion from the batch of trunnions was sent in his trunnion's place to be the sample. We wanted to put his trunnion back in this gun and let him finish his test. If not, it looks like we were trying to cover something up or we had some other problem. So this is his trunnion, still in the gun. It's got 2,000 rounds on it by me and my buddies, and gun ran fine, flawless, had no hiccups. We got most of it on video. My videographer here's got at least 3 hours worth of video of us just hammering, his gun, and it performed very well. You will notice we changed the barrel. I posted a picture of it teasing today. I tagged him in it. First thing that was noticed is it's got a new barrel. When we change a bolt, we change the barrel. We're not going to re-drill, we're not going to re-pin. If it's your gun, his gun, whoever, the best thing to do is replace the bolt and barrel at the same time. So the only thing that's not his production rifle that he originally received is going to be the bolt that has the adjusted channel size, and then the barrel, and they're head spaced at a 4. If he wants to check that, we know that it's going to close on a 4. It's really good. We also shot Wolf hollow points, which is notorious to have sticky chamber issues in the 74s. We've seen it with other guns, but again, this wear pattern on top of the trunnion, I can't beat that enough. I don't see it as an issue. I've seen other Russian guns and whatnot. People have sent me pictures of their guns that have the same issue. We saw some at AK Masters that had the same wear pattern. It's really not an issue. It's the same wear pattern, and it hasn't grown. This, I can have 4 witnesses here that have seen this gun go through 2,600 rounds, and it's the same pattern as it was when he showed it several months ago. So we're going to get it back to him. We're going to let him do his video. I hope he gets through his 5,000 rounds quick, because we're very excited to let him finish, and we're excited to work with him. And I hope you guys have a little more confidence and pride in your 74 ownership. And as things progress, we'll keep you updated.